Hi, today's skincare coaching session is going to be a little bit about myth busting, and we're going to bust a few myths about dehydrated skin. The number one thing we hear from people is, my skin is so dry, I just can't get enough moisture. I keep applying moisturizer, and I need to keep reapplying because my skin is so dehydrated. Less than 1% of us have clinically dehydrated skin, but it is easy to feel like your skin is dehydrated. Because it is. Those layers, what I'm touching on the surface, are all dead skin cells. So think about it like a dried sponge sitting on your kitchen counter. If you think about what a dried sponge looks like, it's dead, it doesn't have any moisture, it's curled up on the ends, it's hard, it's rigid. That's what dead skin cells on the surface are like. We have anywhere from 20 to 40 layers of dead skin sitting on our surface, depending on what age we are. So just like any dried sponge, if you throw it in water, it's going to plump up and feel soft, but if you leave it back on the counter for a day, it's going to dry back into that hard, brittle position. That's what's going on when you moisturize dead skin cells, is you put that moisturizer on, it feels great, and just like that sponge, as it dries out, those edges turn up, it gets brittle and hard and rough looking again. So what we want to do is have a long-term result that's really going to work, where your skin stays naturally hydrated all the time. Think back to when you were a child. Or you look at a toddler that you're around today, their skin is perfectly hydrated. It's what we call moisture balanced. And the reason that it is because there's no dead skin cells blocking the flow of moisture down from those live skin tissue up to the surface. Those hair shafts are open, moisture flows up, it lubricates the skin, and it's a natural balance. What we want to do is get back to that natural moisture balance by resurfacing away those dead skin cells, unblocking those moisture chambers, what we call pores, that let that moisture out to the surface. And then what we also want to do is ensure that we're protecting those natural hydrated moisture barriers that we're creating on the surface. So what we want to do is make sure we're not using ingredients that evaporate into the air. There's so many amazing new technologies now, for example, peptides and other things that retain moisture on the surface of the skin, keep that moisture there. And even technology that allows us to formulate products so that they sit on the surface longer without evaporating, and you can actually get that moisture down into the skin. So that's the value of having a skincare coaching session with someone through your My Skin Authority app, is really to talk about your specific needs, about your lifestyles, and let us talk to you a little bit about the technologies that are out there, the ones that fit your specific needs, and how we can make your skin moist on an ongoing basis. Because when we're turning up those cells, they're going to be moist and new and plump. And if we're keeping that moisture barrier protected on a regular basis, you're going to retain that moisture naturally in the skin. And that is a long-lasting solution. So reach out to your coach today. Let us talk to you a little bit about that. Either talk about what's in your existing routine that provides that kind of moisture, or what to look for when you're shopping for skincare so that we can get you on the right road.